So for those of you who know me, it may surprise you to know that I did actually do some research and prep into what I might say today. So the first thing apparently I have to do is thank Richard for his wonderful speech, although it then puts me on the spot because it was so wonderful that mine is going to pale in comparison. And according to the internet, the Groom speech it's not a sermon, but it's not a stand-up comedy act, so I'm going to try and get somewhere in the middle. And I need to start by just thanking, firstly, everyone for being here. It's been the best day of my life, I can say that with absolute surety, and it's just been wonderful, and the way that everyone has come together, for Jordan, myself, but also as a family and as a group of people who might not know each other, but we've all come together, and that has just been amazing. So thank you all for being here. I also want to thank everyone who has contributed to this fantastic day, so starting with, of course, the photographers and the catering staff. Thank you both, you've been absolutely incredible. So Elizabeth and the catering staff, Emma, for organising all our photography, thank you so much. Thank you to the bar. So Steve in the bar has done a fantastic job, and hopefully as the night goes on we'll see more of that wonderful work. And then thank you for the people who we haven't paid to do things, who have done things out of the goodness of their heart. So Kate and Duncan for sorting the car that we were in today. It was greatly appreciated by Jordan and myself. It was a wonderful experience, so thank you so much for that. To the fantastic Maxine and her hilarious husband Gary. Not just for making the cake, but also for keeping Jordan sane over the last few months, providing all the chair covers, providing half of what you've got today, and for generally just being fantastic. We really appreciate you, so thank you so much. Another thing it said on the internet is not to make these thank yous seem like a primary school list where you go through everyone on the register, so I will try and go through it a bit quicker, but I am a primary school teacher, so you must be. I'd like to thank my groomsmen for not just what they've done for me today, but over the years I'm extremely privileged to know each and every one of them, and all of my friendships with them are different, but I wouldn't be who I am today if it weren't for each and every one of you. So thank you for everything you've done for me. And a particular thanks to Nathan, who's done all the tech, all the sound, the microphones, the recording. He's done a fantastic job without asking for any money. He's been incredibly patient when we haven't sent him song lists until like 3 days before. So he's been brilliant. So
this morning.
This is the same wonderful couple, Nathan and Sophie, who put Jordan up and me up for 3-4 months when we said it would only be a couple of weeks, and we ended up being lodgers in their house. So deeply grateful for everything you've done for us. I also then have to move on to my grandmother, who I think we can all agree did an absolutely incredible job with the service today.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away by how she managed to bring everyone together and find that wonderful balance between humour and getting the important stuff said. So, my eternal gratefulness. Thank you. Then, I must thank Jordan's family for being so welcoming and accepting me into your family, even when red wine is sometimes I feel like I may not deserve, but I really appreciate your support and the love I feel from each and every one of you, so thank you. And particularly Richard and Lou, who have been an incredible support to both Jordan and myself over this last year, moving into our first house, everything. Thank you, and I'm not just talking for me here, obviously, I'm talking on behalf of my wife as well. So thank you. Now, my final thank yous, before I move on to gushing about Jordan for a few minutes, are to my parents, to my siblings, to my grandparents. Starting with my grandparents, the four of you have been such an incredible influence in my life, from making cakes together and me being totally useless at baking, to looking after me when I'm screaming and crying all over the place. That was last week, by the way. So I'm eternally grateful to all four of you for what you've contributed to my life, and I can say that I'm incredibly lucky to have four grandparents who have nurtured and been such an important part of my life, and so thank you. That's an immense joy for me, so thank you for being here. Obviously I have three siblings.
Yeah, you do.
Been a joy at times, been something else at others. But I can say that Sian has produced an incredible book this week that she's given to Jordan and myself. They performed at the wedding, John on the piano. The three of my siblings have come out not just for this wedding, and not just given everything. My best man, James, they've not just given everything this week, but they've put up with all the nonsensical ramblings that you're all having to put up with right now. So thank you to my three siblings.
You're very welcome.
And again, this primary school list is going on and on, so I'm on the final one, I promise. Thank you to my incredible parents. You've taught me so much, things that I can't quantify, but not just how to tie my shoelaces and how to try and go to school on time, which doesn't always work, but then you pick me up when I miss exams. And you put me back together when I make colossal mistakes, and I call you on the phone, and I wake up surrounded by towels in my future grandparents-in-law's house, and go, Dad, I fucked up. And he goes, yes you did, you need to sort it out. Thanks, Dad. And the approach of my mum and my dad has made me who I am today, and you've taught me so much about being a man and so much about what it means to be part of a family, and I'm hoping that I can carry that on with Jordan, and if I'm half as good a husband and a parent as you guys were, then I'm doing something right. So, this up. So let me just talk about my wife for a moment. And you'll forgive me because those who know me know that sport is something that's incredibly important to me, and so I'm going to try and do a small highlight reel here. So Jordan and I obviously met at university, and for those of you who knew me at the time, you know that I was coming out of a pretty rubbish place, which, you know, was hard, and my gap year didn't necessarily go the way I would have liked it to do. Things were not going the way I wanted them to do. So I went to university with a very destructive mindset. And I remember was second night of university, I was looking round, and I think so Jordan had come in, and I sort of started talking to her, and I was like, wow. And so I made my only move, which of course is, would you like to watch Lord of the Rings with me? Move, as we can all agree, and you know, for some bizarre reason, she said she would. I mean, to be fair, this was the same person who told me that she was a Liverpool fan when I first met her. Jordan hates football.
Family were Liverpool.
We're remembering that a bit differently. Anyway. We go to watch Lord of the Rings, and I don't have the disc. So Jordan sits through an entire Star Wars film with me. Then 2 days later, in a game of Truth or Dare, she's shaving my legs. Which I think those two moments just sum up our relationship in early course. That Jordan was willing to step out of her necessary comfort zone and wanted to do things that she might not normally enjoy. And I was an idiot who had his legs shaved. And we've continued that all the way along. Eyebrows have gone here and there. But despite all of that, she's stuck by my nonsense. And she's loved me regardless of if I spend an entire evening playing Pokemon until 3 in the morning. She still wants to be with me. Go figure. So, I think I've been thinking long and hard about why it is that our relationship works, and why it is that we are a couple, and I think it's that ability to put the other person first. And Jordan has a, quite frankly, remarkable capacity for forgiveness, for kindness, but also for understanding. And she defies all my expectations, and she is a much greater sum than all her parts. And I'm going to stop now because she's crying. So I've probably done something wrong again. But just once again, thank you all so much for being here and sharing this day with myself and my new bride. It's been an absolute privilege and a joy. And I'm now going to pass over to the best of best men. totally forgot to do, which is toast to the bridesmaids and to my wonderful bride. To my bride for being incredible and the bridesmaids for keeping her sane and incredible. So thank you. A toast to Jordan and the bridesmaids.